Hey, my lovely, lovely, wonderful people. A pleasant Sunday evening to you. If you have not yet made Jesus Christ your personal Lord and Savior, please feel free to do so. He's the best being ever. Certainly, that is the best decision you could ever make. You know, one of the things I really like material things. I like when people look good and smell good. You just look good and you smell good. And I like when people have nice things, like you have a nice home and a nice car, nice jewelry, you go to nice places. I mean, I believe in living the full life that your God has blessed you to live, in spite of the different challenges that, we will face as humans. But one thing I'm not in support of is you putting these material things above God and above people. And when I look at the aftermath of this hurricane, I said to myself, people better make their calling and election sure. Understand that you can have the material thing today and you lose it the next hour. Because we were tracking Melissa and it was very slow in coming. And you had your sweet and lovely and dandy motor vehicle, your luxury motor vehicle that you refuse to allow certain people to drive or to come into. And then after a matter of hours, you no longer have the vehicle because Melissa said she's going to rummage and she is going to ransack the motor vehicles. The number of motor vehicles that have been demolished. And we're not talking even the little ones, we're talking the luxury ones. The ones that you not even did want to lend your spouse or, a family member. And I'm talking about responsible people. I'm not talking about you just take up your motor vehicle and give willy-nilly, Maybe they really needed a favor from you or whatever it is. And so on. I'm not talking about just being in the habit of lending, because if they're not on your insurance and something happens, it becomes more problematic in terms of getting your car repaired. And if they are the ones at fault, that can be very, not nice. But the reality is life is risky. Life is risky. You may say, make you be the one then to take on that in case. But it is easier said than done. We can't live so tight-gripped that we don't just let loose for a minute, because you will never get rid of challenges. Something will just happen one day. No matter how circumspect you walk, a challenge, I call it Murphy's Law, will visit you. Murphy's Law will visit you, no matter how circumspect you walk. Sometimes you just need to relax and easy and be kind and be generous. And some of you treated your motor vehicles like it was God, like you went on your knees every day and say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That is how some of you treated your motor vehicles. People couldn't come and touch it. If they ever make a mistake and make a crumb, the way how you behave badly and treat them with disdain. And a few days ago, you had a lovely luxury vehicle. And a few days later, it is no longer. They are no longer, they are no more, nowhere to be found. Some of you probably can't even find the vehicle the way how Melissa decides she's going to fling it where the grass, sun no shine and the grass no grow. I saw one is like you wonder if it was being sunken by quicksand. It went right on the dirt, just covered it. It was just sunken. I heard one lady said the number of lovely high-end luxury vehicles that the hurricane just fling this, so throw all over the place, mash up, destroyed. You understand? Part B of the first commandment. Well, the first part A of the first commandment says, love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your mind, with all of your strength. Put no other gods above him. And then it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself, which is really treat people the very way that you want to be treated. At no point in time did it say, love your material things as how you love yourself and treat it better than people. And mind you, I'm not saying that you must treat your material things scantily. What I'm saying is that many of you have not been a good steward. What do I mean by that? I'm not talking about washing your motor vehicle and getting it serviced and fixed and all of that. That's important. That is a necessity. Also, a necessity is that you're your brother and your sister's keeper. Sometimes somebody say, boy, you can give me a ride here or there. No, it's out of my way. You don't want to make a sacrifice. Somebody who is responsible, very responsible, ambitious. If anything should go wrong, they will take accountability. They might say, can I lend me a vehicle for a moment? To go here and there. No. When you have probably 2 other motor vehicles and you tell them no, well, you no longer have any. You no longer have any. It is a material thing. It's either you're going to die and leave it, or it's going to be destroyed in one way or another. So what do you use? We put all of this emphasis on our material things like this. Look at what this hurricane has shown us. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Some of you are so selfish. Some of you are so, stingy and not helpful, not generous at all. And you could have done better. You could have done better and you chose not to. And look, they know nothing I have. Nothing. Your luxury vehicle is totally gone. I hope it's a lesson that you learn, because one of the things I understand, with God, you can't outstubborn him. So if it is a case where he's teaching you a lesson to be kind, generous, and helpful, that you don't operate the same way again when you get back a vehicle and you become even more mean and stingy, don't worry, it may take something simple that will destroy it even worse than what the Hurricane Melissa had done. Guaranteed. And each time, until you learn that lesson, it gets worse or until you just say, all right, God, no more, because I can't manage this any further. You said no more. Some of you can actually do better. One of the things that is a pet peeve and an annoyance of mine is a level of stingy, mean nature of some of you. Very unhelpful. Not helpful at all. And if people ask you to give them a ride somewhere, you can never do it. Or they say, can you do this? They can never do it. And I'm not talking about people taking a set. You're just not a helpful person, not a generous human being. I know you don't have your motor vehicles. Many of those lovely motor vehicles are demolished because you are not helpful. Anyway, I pray for a better day, a transformation, a transformed heart, a transformed mind and soul, that when you get to your replacement, you will operate better. Everything that comes, every challenge that comes, you should learn a lesson from it and to make you a better human being. Every single challenge that comes. If you weren't as kind, you should be kind to your brother and to your sister. If you weren't generous, change that, because your day of reckoning is coming. I'm sure many of them never expected the hurricane to do what it did to them. And I mean, when I'm looking at a lot of the places, I'm like, mighty God, what the heck is this? Are you sure it's a hurricane or a bomb, a nuclear bomb? Because it is unbelievable, the level of damage. Totally unbelievable. So I pray and hope that many of you will operate totally differently and be very kind and helpful to people. Go out of your way sometimes. Yeah, man, it's part of our human duty. You're not really placed on earth, in this earth, to live for you, yourself, and you. No, to be your brothers and sisters keeper and to help them. And most importantly, to praise, worship, and honor and love God. Guys, you know what to do with TikTok and YouTube.